Welcome to Good Day. I'm Adam Cortez.
And I'm Kyle Orleans. Hot Dogs Night is upon us here in Hammond, America. Last year's event brought 12,000 people to the downtown area. Volunteers are still needed in order to ensure the event's sustainability. In fact, next year's event in 2020 is slated to be the 25th annual Hot August Night. KSLU's Rachael Beard serves on the Hot August Night Committee. She's joining us today to share updates about the event.
Hi, Rachael.
Hi.
Welcome.
Hey, thanks for having me.
So we'll get this started just by asking, can you tell us exactly what Hot August Nights is?
Sure, yeah. So Hot August Night is an annual event downtown. I think this is its 24th year. It's hosted by the Downtown Development District. It's essentially like a really big block party. So it stretches across all of downtown. We're going to have Wayne Toops this year playing. We have Lion Palooza to kick it off. We're going to have the Listen Local stage out by the Children's Discovery Center, and where KSLU will be hosting. It's just a really fun family community event.
All right. So you talked a little bit about the events that are going to be there, the music, the live music, stuff like that. What events exactly will be there? Like some things for people to get excited about.
Okay, yeah. So I think at 5 p.m., 5 or 5:30, we're going to kick off with a march from Southeastern Athletics. They're going to travel through downtown. It's going to be a really fun way to kick off Lion Palooza, which is pretty much a community pep rally for Southeastern. Like I said, at the Listen Local stage, we'll have all original music starting at 5 p.m. We're going to have the Chick-fil-A cows out there dancing around 7:45 p.m.
That's going to be great.
Yeah, they're going to do line dances. It's going to be really, really cool way to get the kids out there in the community. And so at the Listen Local stage, we're going to have Point of View host Amber Nero. She's going to MC the whole thing. And so it's going to be all local music, all original acts. I think they're 45-minute segments. Wow. Joe Burns, who's a communication professor here at Southeastern.
I had heard through the grapevine, but I didn't know if that was true.
He wrote an original song about Hot August Night. So that's going to be...
What time exactly will Dr. Burns be? Do we know that?
Dr. Burns is going to be playing from 7 to 7:45.
All right.
And the Chick-fil-A cows are coming 7:45 to 8.
So it sounds like that 7 to 8:30 range.
7 to 8, it's the hot hour.
It's going to be perfect.
That's perfect. And so Hammond's been growing rapidly the last couple of years. How many people are you preparing for this event?
I mean, I think it'll be bigger than last year. So if we saw, I think you said 12,000 people last year, I expect to see more than that. And hopefully we've allotted accordingly. We're going to have the Grub Hub. We're going to have local vendors out there, all the storefronts. They're going to be doing the wine and beer walk.
All right. I was there last year. It felt like all of Louisiana was there. It was crazy.
It does feel that way.
But,
it does.
Downtown Development Executive Director Chelsea Tallow, she said on Point of View that it's gotten too big for the DDD staff to handle recently. I mean, with those huge 12,000 numbers. So she said she was worried about the sustainability of the event moving forward. Yeah. Can you touch a little bit on that?
Sure, yeah. The DDD is comprised of maybe 3 people. 2 full-timers and I think a part-time staff member.
Wow.
They cannot maintain an event this big with just themselves. Last year they had a few volunteers, but this year we're really ramping up the volunteer count. We have the events committee for downtown, and we've all been really working hard to recruit volunteers. And it's a fun thing to volunteer at, too. It's 2-hour segments, 2-hour blocks. You could work the wine and beer table. You can work the Listen Local stage. You could help set up for Wayne Toops. You could work the VIP area. And I think we've got some really good recruitment this year. I think it's going to be a big, big help, and it's going to really help maintain this awesome event we do downtown.
So for anybody watching who wants to get involved volunteering, where do they go? What do they do? Who do they talk to if they want to get involved in the event and help out?
You can check out the DDD's Facebook page or go to their website, the Hammond Downtown Development District, and you can sign up and volunteer, I think, through Sign Up Genius.
Okay, great. All right. So are you going to be there, Kyle?
Oh, I will make sure to be there.
I'm going to be there.
And will it be a hot August night?
We're hoping it's a dry hot August night. There's always concerns about rains. If it does rain, it's gonna, we're hoping that it's only a little bit and we'll be able to keep going. If it's like a torrential downpour, then there's talk about maybe rescheduling it. But as of now, we're just hoping for a dry, hot August night. And yeah, it's always hot.
Either way,
it'll be 12,000 people saying, "Man, it's hot out here."
12,000 plus.
Make sure to be there for Burns.
Well, I saw the weather forecast today. It's supposed to stop raining on Thursday, so hopefully we'll luck out there and just barely miss it. But
well, right. Great. Well, thank you guys so much
for
having
Rachael.
me
I appreciate it.
It was a pleasure. Anytime.
What do you love most about being a student athlete at Southeastern?
So I chose teammates for life because on our golf team, nobody's from the same spot, but the friendships we've made once we graduate, I know we'll always be friends, we'll always see each other, we'll always come back and visit.
All right, and before the semester began, the Science and Technology Building was already in operation, serving as the venue for Ham and Eggs, the Greater Hammond Chamber of Commerce's monthly breakfast meeting that touts an area business. Now, Dr. Mohammed Sadeh hosted a tour of the facility, including computer labs, the construction lab, and welding facilities. The group also gathered in the Invoke Innovation Lab that simulates a real-world working environment. Now, the lab was built with a donation from Invoke, a web and mobile software design, development, and application hosting firm with locations down in Baton Rouge and here in Hammond.
The Columbia Theater also saw action with the Greater Hammond Chamber of Commerce hosting a luncheon on its stage. The New Octavians gave a preview of their upcoming performance, Jekyll and Hyde, this musical slated for September 8th, followed by a Q&A session for Winter with guest questions. Winter is an associate professor here at Southeastern and brings a wealth of experience including acting, directing, and teaching. He also has lived and studied abroad and participates in Southeastern's annual study abroad program for communication and theater in London.
And Winter has already put his stamp on the Columbia Theater lineup for the 2019-2020 season, adding an evening with Clarence Gilliard Jr. on October 23rd and the one-man Star Wars trilogy on November 7th. After this message from the Columbia Theater, visit columbiatheater.org for the full calendar of performances.
And we want to thank you guys for tuning in to Good Day today. This is something we just started, still in the works, but it's something that me and Kyle personally are very excited about, along with everybody here on the staff, Dr. Nero, Todd Delaney. Today's our first episode. We talk about pretty much anything Southeastern, sports, news. We have talk show segments, interviews. So this should be really exciting. You want to talk a little bit about Good Day, Kyle?
Yeah.
What you expect?
It's been wonderful to see this grow from such a small operation to where it is now and where it will be in the future. Now we're still looking for people who are interested in news, sports, talk shows, pretty much whatever media or content they would love to put out, because this is all about student content and student activity in ourselves. We love putting when what we put out is what we love, and I am more than happy to do this show. It is something I really love to work on because I really love news, sports. I know, Adam, you definitely love sports. You could talk about sports all day. And of all the talk shows we'd love to put together, there are some great students here who want to put out what they really love, and this is all about that.
Yeah, let me touch on that a little bit. For me personally, this is really exciting because I've been involved in this department for almost 2 years now, and it's really refreshing and exciting to have a venue where I can produce my own content and really control what it is and what I'm saying, who gets to see it. And for anyone, if that sounds encouraging to you, whether you want to talk about sports, news, like you said, we have people that have interest in everything here at this campus. If that's something that sounds appealing to you, be sure to come here. Our arms are open, our door is open.
We have that level of freedom.
Yep, we have freedom here, and we have an opportunity for anybody. So with that being said, we will be right back. Thank you for tuning in to Good Day.
Why do you support Southeastern Athletics?
So Southeastern is where our family started. We met my wife here, met all our friends here, and now it's given us 2 beautiful children, and now it's part of our family.
Welcome back to Good Day Southeastern. On Friday, Southeastern President Dr. John Crane hosted the annual convocation. to welcome faculty and staff back to the university. He made several big announcements, including a $25 million renovation in D. Vickers Hall, which houses KSLU, and a $1 million renovation toward the welding program as well in Anzalone Hall.
Additionally, Provost Dr. Tina Golding announced the 2019 President's Award for Excellence winners, including Service Award winner Professor Dane Sherman, Research Award winner Professor Kent Nierberg, Artistic Activity Award winner Instructor Benjamin Diller, Teaching Award winner Professor Irene Nero, and Unclassified Staff Service winner Corliss Dupuy. So, Kyle, what do you think about the new D. Vickers building coming to Southeastern? That has a big effect on us.
Well, unfortunately, we won't be getting escalators for D. Vickers, as much as I would love that. But the renovations, I'm kind of intrigued to see how it's going to affect. You know, we have all these students that have these classes here in D. Vickers. It's up to 3 stories, so I'm kind of intrigued to see how they want to plan this out, and especially with the welding facility.
Yeah, I think it's long overdue. This is a great building. I think personally, in an unbiased opinion, it hosts the best department in the school.
I would say.
But this building means a lot to me. I'm a little sad to see it go. I came in here as a chemistry major. I didn't even know D. Vickers was here. I was always on the other side of campus. And since I changed majors, I'm here pretty much every day. Last class, I had every class but one here. So a little sentimental. It hurts a little bit to see this building be renovated, but it's exciting. It's exciting to see the potential for growth, for new things, better facilities for our great professors that pour their hearts and soul into everything. That'll affect the studio here at KSLU. We are located in D. Vickers, so it will affect everybody standing in this room, everybody in this building. The reach of D. Vickers is far and wide, the reach of the communication department. So this should be exciting.
Oh, it really should be. You know, I even heard there's in the works about a central studio that's going to be here soon.
I had not heard about that.
Something to look forward to.
That's exciting. That affects us even more. I mean, it just affects us on all fronts. Communication major is growing, and it's just an exciting time to love this content that we produce.
Yeah, it's great to see where it'll end up in the future. Excited.
When we come back, we'll talk to Chelsea Blank. In addition to her duties as Miss Southeastern, she is heading up the homecoming committee, and we'll talk about plans that are in the works.
What opportunity has Southeastern provided you that you will forever be thankful for?
Southeastern's giving me the education I need for my future. Whether or not I go pro, I know I'm going to be successful.
Miss Southeastern, Chelsea Blank, is now here to talk about her year so far as Miss Southeastern, and also about homecoming week. Chelsea is an accounting major and also chair of the homecoming committee. Welcome, Chelsea. It's great to meet you. So, first of all, to start off, tell me a little bit about yourself.
I'm a senior here. I just started my senior year today, so I'm going to be graduating this coming May and then starting my MBA. I was a 2018 orientation leader. Now I'm Miss Southeastern, and I'm part of PBL, and I am the homecoming coordinator this year. So there's a lot of great things in the works, and I'm excited about it.
And what do we have to look forward to about homecoming week?
Well, the homecoming theme was just put out today, and it's reality TV. So our hashtag is Keeping It Real with Rumi, and I'm super excited about it because there's lots of fun themes for the organizations to be able to pick out of the hat once they pick whoever they're going to be this year. And we have lots of planned, and we're changing up Roar Rally, and it's going to be like a challenge night. We're hoping to make it like Wipeout and just have a great time,
Oh, that's going to sound amazing.
Yeah.
And so up next, what has been the most exciting thing you've gotten to do as Miss Southeastern?
The most exciting thing I had to do thus far is in May I volunteered with the Special Olympics. I basically co-hosted the Queen's booth this year because usually there's only like 5 queens that show up, but this year I helped out and we got 30, I think, to come. So it was like a real big photo booth so that they can come. The Special Olympics participants could come and take pictures with us at the booth, and it was really fun.
That sounds like a wonderful experiment.
Yeah.
So, Miss Southeastern is part of the Miss America system. Could you tell us a little bit about what does that mean?
Yes. So whenever you win a local title, which Miss Southeastern is one of the local titles in Louisiana, you then have to compete in the Miss Louisiana pageant, and if you win Miss Louisiana, you then go on to Miss America, and that is where this organization stops. But there's lots of great scholarships. I've won over $4,000 in scholarships from the Miss America organization, so I'm very, very grateful. And we're taking things in a different direction now without the swimsuit competition, and it's more academic based and focusing on your future and who you become.
That is definitely academically and pretty professional.
Yeah.
Now I would love to be Mr. Southeastern.
Well, you can have the opportunity this year, actually. I'm bringing it back. I think the last year that we have documented for the Mr. Southeastern pageant was in 2007, and I think they tried it one time and they just knocked it out because nobody wanted to do it.
Aww.
But this year I'm going to use it as a way to raise money for my platform. So each contestant will have to raise a certain amount of money, not too much, just to go toward the Down Syndrome Association of Greater New Orleans, because my platform is Down syndrome. And I go to the Buddy Walk every year, and it's something that I hold dear to my heart. So we're hoping to get a lot of contestants, and that'll be on October 2nd.
Oh, that is wonderful.
Yes.
And then very last question, when will we be crowning a new Miss Southeastern this semester?
We're still picking a venue, as I'm aware right now. I think it'll be in DeVickers, but if not, I'm trying to get it at the Columbia. But we will see, depending on what they let me do.
Be exciting. That'd be crazy.
I know. I just picked them up as one of my sponsors, so I'm hoping that we can make a deal with them to get it there. That would be something I'm really excited about. But depending on which venue we pick, dictates the date of the pageant. But I'm super excited for it, and I'm here for anybody if they need any help preparing. So, yeah.
Well, I'd love to see it at the Downtown Columbia Theater.
Yeah.
All right, thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
It's been a pleasure having you.
All right, Chelsea. Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Jim Winter, the new artistic director of the Columbia Theater. I'm so moved and excited by the support of our community. For nearly 100 years, this building has been the artistic center of our region. We've shared so many wonderful seasons at the Columbia, and thanks to you, there will be many more. We are proud to present our 2019-2020 season that can only be experienced live.
Welcome back to Good Day. We're here with the Southeastern Rugby team. I have Dan Bachman, Alan Pennington, and Nick Montrell. They're joining us to talk about this year's activities and team. So first, let's get things started. I know rugby is not as huge here as it is in other countries, so talk to me a little bit about rugby in general, just the sport, the rules of it, how it's played, and then we'll talk about the rugby team here at Southeastern.
It's going to be more your area.
Yeah. So as far as I know, rugby's been around longer than football. I think a lot of other sports. It's based more out of Europe, and it's really, when it comes down to it, it's really a combination of football and soccer.
All right.
Football in the sense of that you're running with the ball and tackling each other, and then soccer in the sense that you can also kick it and stuff like that.
It's more like you keep going, like they have like the ongoing penalties, like they have like advantage versus like stopping every time there's a penalty, like football.
Okay.
And soccer, you keep on going where there's a penalty, and then when the play stops, then they do the advantage, and then that's when you get your penalty.
And one of the more interesting things about it is, when you're watching football, you'll see somebody get tackled, everything stops. You might go to a commercial or, what have you. Everybody moves back to where the ball went down.
Right.
Everything restarts. In rugby, the ball is live.
Okay.
So if you're on the ground with the ball, you stay on the ground with the ball, and the game continues on top of you.
Try and stay with possession. That's the main thing when you get tackled, is just keep possession.
That's pretty exciting, because I know one of the most frustrating things about football is when you're watching like the last 6 minutes of the fourth quarter and it takes 47 minutes of real time.
Timeouts and stuff
timeouts,
like that,
penalties, and challenge flags and stuff like that.
And so like with rugby, it's 2 40-minute halves, and you only have a 10-minute halftime. So it's a long game, which is spread out where you have 15 people on each side of the game.
So it's set up like soccer as far as timing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then like you keep going until the final whistle it blows whenever it kicks out of bounds, like when it actually stops. So you play until there's an actual stoppage of the game.
All right, that sounds pretty awesome.
Yeah, definitely keeps you in shape, that's for sure.
Right. And I don't know if this is true. I've seen rugby before, just casually when I'm skimming through and I see it on the TV. You can't throw the ball forward, right? It has to be lateral movement. The ball has to be moving backwards.
You can kick it forward though.
Okay, that's what I was about to ask, yeah.
That's like in the soccer sense. You can kick it for yards, or you can kick it and then pick it up, but the person who receives the ball has to be behind the person who kicks it. So, you kick it, the person behind you can touch it if they're behind you starting off.
So wouldn't that mean that you guys are the two teams are constantly running into each other if the movement is constantly backwards?
That's why the forward pass was implemented in football, was to open up the field and reduce injuries.
That's crazy. Wow.
Yeah.
So talk to me a little bit about the Southeastern Rugby team, the history of the team here.
Well, we started last season, and we ended up taking second conference. And we also went to a tournament in Lafayette.
Yeah.
Lafayette. We played 5 games back-to-back with no subs, and a lot of our starters weren't even there. We ended up taking second in the tournament.
Wow.
Yeah, with 4 games, no subs.
We don't know how we did it. But
yeah.
What kind of schools were at this tournament?
There was UL, LA Tech,
Tulane.
I
feel like there's one more.
Loyola was Loyola there?
No, Loyola didn't show up.
That's pretty impressive. I race so I'm on the cross country and track and field teams here, and we race all those schools. So that's impressive. Those schools have good athletes. Those big schools.
And schools we play Spring Hill also, and then Tulane. Those 2 schools have actual scholarship athletes on the team. So it's versus a club sport here, you're playing scholarship athletes, and to be able to take second place against those kind of teams really explains how much heart and how much that's talent we have on our team.
That's pretty amazing. Just as a fellow athlete, that blows my mind that you guys would, without substitutions, no less. That's
no
crazy.
Doubt.
And actually, with our numbers coming up, and hopefully this upcoming season, we're going to be starting to play Division I teams like LSU and Arkansas, and all Mississippi State, all those big guys.
We actually have Mississippi State on the calendar this year, on the schedule this year.
Oh,
so.
Wow.
We're already scheduled for D1 games.
So what are the numbers?
What you mean?
How many people are on the team? And
we have... Let's see,
I think we got about at least 12 starting out from last year.
Okay.
Because we had some people graduate. And then we're at every orientation over the summer, so we had a lot of people sign up over the summer.
I can
imagine.
imagine.
Looking to about 20 players, 15 starters and 5 subs, which we didn't really have a lot last year, so it'd be nice to have a little bit more subs this year.
So you guys are looking for players right now?
Correct.
Yes, absolutely.
So tell the listeners how they can get involved at the Southeastern Rugby team.
Well, they can just come out and find us at practice. Was it Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays?
Yeah.
At 5 to 7 at the old soccer field next to the University Center.
Okay.
On
North Campus.
So
Tornado
right behind
Drive.
the new apartments they're building on University. To the left of Textbook Rental.
Okay, great. So they just go out there and talk to you guys and get involved.
Or you can message us on our Facebook page. It's Southeastern Louisiana Rugby.
Okay.
We also have a Facebook page. You can get in touch with there, or
and Instagram as well.
Yeah.
Gotta plug the Instagram. SLU Rugby at Instagram.
So I personally, 5'6", 120 pounds, I probably won't be joining the cross-country athlete.
Actually, rugby's more of a any size kind of player.
Really?
Because we have we can go from guys that are like Daniel's size versus a guy like your size playing scrum half, which is more like the quarterback of the team, just like running around, you got to stay in shape kind of thing.
Well, you guys don't wear pads, right?
No.
Ooh, that sounds
There's
really strict rules on tackling though. It's no
high tackles. You have to be below the shoulders.
Okay.
So they also have like the red card and yellow card like they have in soccer. Red cards you're kicked out. Yellow cards you go into like the penalty bin, or I guess you could say like hockey.
So it sounds like this sport is like kind of other sports have taken a lot from rugby.
Exactly. Yes. Like in football, the like offensive line and hiking in is based off of the scrum in rugby.
Wow. That's really cool. Yeah. So I see what you mean. Where the two sides are.
And like the hiking came from scrum and rugby too.
So I'm sure you guys get this question all the time. I don't mean to aggravate you. I'm sure it's annoying, but compare football and rugby. Like why? What's the advantage? Sell me on rugby.
What sold me on rugby was the whole atmosphere behind it. It's called the gentleman's game, I guess you could say. Your enemy's on the field when you're playing, and then after that you go hang out, both teams together, have a good time, and then. All I like that.
Yeah, and then a lot of football players, when they come, what they like about it, we get like a lot of big guys that are like on the line and stuff like that, or play defense. Everybody in rugby gets to run with the ball. That's what a lot of the guys love when they first come out.
Another thing is actually getting to be able to run with the ball.
And then where rugby lacks in like physical protection, like helmets and stuff like that, they pick it up with rules on how you can hit each other. And then you also have the mindset of where, well, I don't have a helmet on, so I don't want to go smash my head into this other guy.
Right.
That's why we don't have as many injuries.
All right. Well, thank you guys. This was a really fun interview. I'll be hopefully watching you guys play. Hopefully your numbers grow. This sounds like a really exciting sport.
Yeah. I don't mean to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
Our first game is September 14th, actually against the alumni over at our home field next to Textbook Rental.
Saturday.
Great.
I think it's 500 Tornado Lane. If y'all want to put it in GPS.
All right. So everybody, be sure to be there, 500 Tornado Lane for the first rugby match. I appreciate you guys coming on. This has been Good Day. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow.